Happy New Year, everyone. It's Dave Palumbo here at Muscle Serpents University, and I want to show you the best of my 2018 clutches that I produced. We got a lot of great babies this year. I haven't even listed all of them, to be quite honest. I'm going to show you some of my holdbacks that I'm not going to be selling. Right now, I'm holding a really beautiful carpet python that I really love here. This is, she's going to hopefully breed next year. And you know, she's nice and big and eating pretty well, and hopefully we'll see some great babies from her next year. But this year we got some really great stuff, and I'm going to show it to you. Stay tuned. All right, so we are going to look at some of my favorite babies that I produced in 2018. Unfortunately, I can't show them all to you; it'll be too long. But we're going to start with this guy, who is just exquisite. This is a banana enchi leopard yellow belly pied. Only one I produced from the litter. Hit pretty much almost every gene except the lesser. The mother was a leopard lesser, and you know, when you make a lesser pied, everything kind of goes white. So it was kind of good that the lesser didn't show up, but this is exactly what I was looking for. I really wanted to get that leopard into that banana enchi orange dream. I forgot to mention orange dream, sorry about that. One of the most important genes in there. And he's gonna be a great breeder next year. You know, he's a little small still to breed this year. I know some people might try to breed him this year, but I think he's just a little too tiny. We're gonna get him up to size. And once again, one of my favorite holdbacks. This next snake is another super cool morph that I produced. This is a banana pastel sugar. You can see all the white on there, great sugar. And it also contains the Mandarin gene, which is one of the most, newest, I guess you could say, hottest morphs out there. Mandarin just lights everything up on fire. I love the Mandarin. And as you can see, there's some paradoxing here in this snake, peeking through here. That's not poops. It's actually, we don't know, it could be a chimera type of a situation where two zygotes kind of fused. We don't know really what brings that at. It's really not genetic, but it looks cool anyway. It looks like someone kind of took a paintbrush and splashed it on there. This is a female, so I'll be keeping her and growing her up, and hopefully we'll get some really cool Mandarin banana sugar stuff in the future from her. Keeping with the Mandarin theme, here's a male I produced. This is a coral glow pastel Mandarin that is just exquisite. It's probably the best Mandarin I produced. I actually sold him. I didn't want to, but someone made me an offer I couldn't refuse. For some reason, I do believe that, we all think that coral glow banana is the same. In my experience with mixing Mandarin with banana and coral glow, for some reason coral glow seems to bring the Mandarin out better, or maybe the Mandarin brings the coral glow out better. This guy is amazing. He's going to be going to his new home probably in the next month or two, and I just love him. So, I kept the female Mandarin. I have another Mandarin male, banana male I kept as well. I still have some regular Mandarins available as well if people are interested, but this guy just happens to be a showstopper. He just is truly exquisite looking. As you guys know, I'm really heavily invested into the Hurricane project. That's Hans Winter's out of Germany's morph that he came up with. The Hurricane being the single gene, the homozygous being the Hayabusa. This is a Hurricane enchi hypo that's also het for rainbow. So this guy was my best one, so I'm keeping him back. And as you can see, all the little I call them little bodybuilder swirls hitting double bicep poses, but that's the Hurricane gene right here at play. It's gorgeous. It looks, I actually produced, I'm going to show you another one in a little bit in banana, but this guy is exquisite. He's got some great stuff in him. He'll be a great breeder come next year. I'm looking to see what a Hurricane rainbow is going to look like, because I think that's going to be really amazing. But he's great. I have a sister too who's pretty much just like him, same pattern and everything like that. And so we got two great Hurricanes out of that. It was a slow season, Hurricane was. I didn't get as many as I would have hoped, but the ones I did get are really nice. You can see his head, that he's got that hypo head. I just love that head. But the pattern is really what it's about. There's a lot of color variations of ball pythons, but we don't see as much, pattern anomalies. You have puzzle, you have obviously clown, obviously Hurricane, another really great, pattern you could call it abnormality, I call it anomaly. I just love to see things that are going to change up the way the snake looks, because you can only, when you arrange colors in different ways, it looks cool, but you only have so many colors on the color palette to work with. So this guy's got tremendous potential. Now this is really what I'm proud of. This is a world's first. This was a banana pastel hurricane. This is the first banana hurricane produced. And it also is head for clown. So this guy is also a powerhouse. I'll be keeping him. You can see the hurricane swirls here. Just really, really nice. The hurricane, the banana to me, it brings the banana up to another level. To me, the greatest banana combination is banana clown, but banana hurricane is really up there. And this guy's head clown, so I can't even imagine what a banana hurricane clown might look like, because that I think would probably be the pinnacle of pinnacles. And then obviously we can still get the super hurricane that's the Hayabusa. So imagine a Hayabusa clown that's banana also as well. So really epic. Once again, next year we're going to get some good breeding hopefully out of this guy. All right, here's one that probably a lot of people are going to like more than any of the others, because it's such a dramatic color. This is obviously an albino ball python, but it also contains orange dream and probably yellow belly. But if you look at the pattern, look at the outlining of this pattern. I mean, you've seen albinos before, but the high definition aspect of this that the orange dream adds, and then of course the yellow belly, and I think it has yellow belly because of the blushing along the sides here. But to me, this is, I almost wish she was a male, but it's a female, and I'm keeping her. I'm going to grow her up. I think she's going to be I think there's tremendous potential here. A lot of people feel that albino is kind of a dead end, but I think that if you can think of things to put in there to enhance the albino aspect of it and bring out more, whether it be pattern or more outlining of whatever existing pattern there is, I think that the possibilities are unlimited. I'd love to get hurricane into this, especially because sometimes pattern variations, mutations aren't necessarily seen in albino because they kind of get blurred out. But when you bring that orange dream in, it really enhances it a lot. And I think the snake is going to be a potential future, powerhouse. And we'll have to follow her as she grows. Fortunately, the females, take 2 to 3 years before they're going to breed. So we have to be pretty patient with her. All right, coming back to the whole pied theme, and I know a lot of you guys love pieds, I do too. Here's a banana pied that's also black pastel. So this is black pastel banana pied. Now this came out of my panda pied project, and the panda pied project is we're trying to hit on the super black pastel pied, which will give you like a panda appearance. It'll be a black and white snake, alternating, bands. This, however, I bred a black pastel pied to my banana het pied, and I got this black pastel banana pied. And I'm thinking, you know what? Can you imagine a banana super black pastel pie? What that would look like? That would be like a purple panda pied, And so that's something obviously down the road that we could possibly focus on. This male is going to be, like I said, a super powerhouse. Next year, I will hopefully breed him to I think I have a black pastel het pied female, and who knows, we might hit the purple panda pied. But black pastel and banana just look great together. It just adds like a weirdness to it, a much more purpley, darkish purple. And then you put that in pied, and obviously pied makes everything look better. People think that pied is just white bands. It really isn't. It lightens the pattern too. And if you just look at a regular pied, you'll see it. It doesn't look like a regular ball python. It's a much lighter pattern thing. And then of course you got the white bands in there. So once again, tremendous potential in this male. All right, we're going to shift gears now over to the boas, and I want to show you some of the boas that I'm holding back for 2018. This is pretty much the reddest boa I've ever produced. This is a Honduran T positive blood, so it's a true dwarf boa. Okay, all the traits. There's no Colombian boa in this. It's a Honduran T positive, which is obviously a tyrosinase positive albino, meaning that it does produce some melanin, but not a lot. And then we combine that with the blood gene. Some people call this the El Diablo. I guess it is technically an El Diablo. I think the Honduran T positive is a much nicer, T positive albino. And obviously that blood gene is just exquisite in there. And it's actually 66% het for anery type 2. This, like I said, because it's just so vibrantly red, I just love this snake, and I just want to show you. All blood boas, by the way, have those black, jet black eyes, and you can see that's so typical in this snake. I mean, and when you see that black eye offset with the red, it's just, it blows your mind. Love it. Love this girl, and I'll be keeping her and growing her up. All right, I wanted to show off one of my onyx boas. Now, the onyx boa is an interesting morph that I got from Freek Nut in Holland. I imported him a couple years ago, and I finally got some produced a few this year. This is a hypo onyx. The super onyx is a solid pattern snake, and it's really exquisite. But this is a hypo onyx, and as you can tell, it almost looks a little leopardish, but it's not. It's not the same morph. It's really cool. I put this up on my Instagram the other day, and everyone was just going crazy for this guy. And for some reason, the onyx is a little darker. When you put that hypo gene in there, and it just brings the red out like crazy. And I would imagine the super hypo onyx would be even crazier. Obviously, the goal is to produce the super onyx, or maybe super hypo, super onyx, and blood. This animal actually is 66% het blood as well. So this is going to, more than like, I actually will maybe list this one for sale, but I might actually keep her now, just because I'm debating. I don't know. I'm not sure what I want to do. Obviously, I have the parents that can still produce the super onyx bloods for me that I'm looking to do, and so there's a lot of different possibilities. I just thought this was a truly remarkable looking baby, and the head's cool, and there's just a lot of cool pattern in there, and that red. I mean, everyone who breeds boas wants a red boa, and this is just something that you put into your projects, and you're going to get a lot of red. And once again, this is a dwarf boa too, so they stay really small. Great thing about the dwarf boas is they live their whole life in a V70 tub. They breed in there, they're comfortable in there, and it doesn't take up a lot of space like the Colombian boas do. And that's, I think, some of the appeal also for these. All right, here's my favorite snake of 2018 that I produced. Definitely a holdback. It's, once again, we're talking boas now. I love the labyrinth boa. The super labyrinth boa was produced for the first time in 2018. Jeff Ronnie produced the first one. A week later, I produced two of them. And this is what I believe to be, this is definitely the super labby, also known as the crystal. It's a blue-eyed leucistic. You see the blue eyes there. I believe it's also a super hypo. And that's why this pattern is so reduced down to a single, almost line, pink line. And I believe this to be a super hypo, super labby, or super hypo crystal, as we call it. Once again, only one of like maybe 3 in the whole world. And I have a female I produced as well. I produced a male that someone purchased from me. I know Jeff has got 1 or 2 of these as well. I'm sure we'll see more being produced next year, but this is my favorite snake of all time. I love the fire diamond. Jeremy Stone, I know you're probably watching this. Love the fire diamonds. Hopefully I'm going to produce some this coming year. I have a bunch of them I got from Jeremy, but I don't know. I just love this blue-eyed leucistic, super labby. The great thing about this guy is if he breeds next year, everything he produces will throw labbies, and that's the advantage of having that super form. But just a really cool looking snake, pink tongue, pretty much white, but with a pink glow to it. Has once again the super hypo really reduced that pattern, so you don't even see the labby pattern anymore. You just see a single line going down its back, and this once again is my favorite snake. This is like my dragon from Game of Thrones, so to speak. And he's eating good. He's putting on some nice size. Hopefully by next year we'll see this guy breeding a couple females. And the thing with boas is you got to really take them slowly. They are slow growers. You can't overfeed them when they're little because they'll regurge and stuff like that. You don't want to really overwhelm them. And then when they kind of hit that 6-month mark and they start becoming a little bit more bulletproof, you can kind of up their food a little bit, obviously, for the first year of their life. And then you want to cut them back because you don't want to overfeed males. So I think he'll be ready to breed by next year. Once again, this is seriously my favorite. He's just an awesome looking snake, and very healthy, obviously, and he wanted to take out my cameraman right there. So he's getting a little nippy, but It's okay. When you look this great, you're allowed to be nippy. Guys, I hope you enjoyed all the videos we put out this year. You know, I had a lot going on this year, so I would have liked to produce a lot more. Maybe in 2019, we'll be putting out a lot more videos. And make sure you subscribe, turn on your notifications, hit like if you like these videos. And I'm always open to new ideas, so let me know what you want to know more about. I'm Dave Palumbo with another installment of Muscle Serpents University 2019.